Yesterday, ASOBO released a free DLC pack for Microsoft Flight Simulator to commemorate the release of the new Top Gun Maverick movie. The DLC pack includes a number of new challenges, including a carrier landing and a number of low-altitude flight challenges. They also added a couple of lessons. They added a new livery for the FA-18 that matches the one in the film and added a new aircraft to the sim. The new aircraft is one that was featured in the film, the Hypersonic Darkstar SR-72. This is supposedly a fictional aircraft. I suspect most of you are familiar with the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird spy plane. It still holds records for speed and altitude. It entered service in 1964 and was retired from service in 1999. To this day, many of the specs of the aircraft, such as top speed, range, and ceiling, are still classified. The Darkstar included in the sim was co-developed by the same Lockheed Skunk Works team that developed the SR-71. As an amusing aside, when the Chinese found out about this aircraft, they freaked out and rerouted some of their spy satellites to photograph this new mock-up. According to ASOBO, the Darkstar can cruise at 150,000 feet and can attain speeds of Mach 10. That's about 7,700 miles an hour. To install the DLC, you'll need to go to the marketplace, and there you'll find the DLC and you can download it. Here's what the livery looks like for the FA-18. This is supposed to match the livery used in the film. It looks pretty decent, pretty understated. Flying the FA-18, it has some pretty nice contrail and particle effects on the aircraft. Sadly, the pilot does not wear a helmet with a sun visor and oxygen mask. I was hoping to see the full Maverick treatment here. Here's the Darkstar SR-72. Pretty crazy. There are no liveries for it. You get any color you like as long as it's black. When I started a flight in the Darkstar in mid-air, it put me at about 8,000 feet. It's nowhere near as responsive or maneuverable as the FA-18, but it is fast. I was able to do a barrel roll and a loop with it, but I made sure I had plenty of altitude before attempts, just in case. It was pretty sluggish in this regard overall. I noticed that the instrumentation on the exterior view indicates 4 engines, but I was only able to get 2 of them working. Looking at the avionics, it looks extraordinarily simple. I suspect it's nothing like the real thing. Well, the rumored hypersonic follow-up to the SR-71, that is. You can change the main display between 3 different settings. This one shows us some annunciators and an artificial horizon, as well as a G-force indicator, vertical speed, altitude, and airspeed. This display has some kind of Mach graph. We also have a Mach meter up here. Some controls here are marked for display, but they don't seem to do much. None of these controls on the right here are active or usable. These buttons here are not usable either. I suspect they control this display here. Scram enable. I assume they are using a scramjet on this aircraft, since it certainly can reach the speeds needed to operate one. You can't hide the stick here. Some generator controls here and engine resets. More controls on the right side, but none of them are active for use. On the left, we have gear up and down, and that's usable, as is the parking brake control and the landing lights toggle. 2 upper controls are not active. Overall, a very simple cockpit for a pretty sophisticated aircraft. Again, the pilot is not wearing a pressure suit or helmet, which I would suspect would be required for this aircraft. The David Clark Company builds spacesuits for NASA, but they also build the iconic yellow pressure suits that the U-2 and SR-71 program used. The program calls them pressure suits since they don't actually fly to space, but they're essentially the same suits that the David Clark Company made for NASA. Okay, that's it for this quick look at the DLC. If you liked the video, please click like, as that helps other folks find it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this, and until the next video, take care.